Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the MGM Grand Hotel Casino of Las Vegas, where tonight, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated is proud to present an evening of championship boxing. Brought to you in association with the undisputed king of beers, Budweiser, and HBO Sports. All bouts are sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The three judges at ringside scoring this first contest will be Carol Castellano, Keith McDonald, and Glenn Trowbridge. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Kenny Bayless. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC International Super Lightweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red, blue, and white, and officially weighing 139.5 pounds. He has an outstanding professional record, 42 bouts, 37 victories, including 27 knockouts, with only 3 defeats and 2 draws. From Santiago, en la República de Dominica, the challenger, Victoriano Sosa. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trimmed with gold, he officially weighs 140 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one, consisting of 18 bouts, 18 victories, including 15 knockouts. From Caguas, Puerto Rico, the defending, undefeated WBC International Super Lightweight Champion, Miguel Cotto.
Okay, on the rope. Okay, gentlemen. Trunks are high here, trunks are high here. Any punch thrown in this area is okay. Now, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times, keep your feet at all times. And what I say, you must obey. Touch gloves, good luck. Buena suerte. Touch up.
Does Soto, with his speed and boxing ability, have some questions to ask of Cotto that he hasn't been asked yet?
So far, Cotto has managed to approach every fight as though it's a sparring session. His level of relaxation and confidence hasn't been shaken in any fight en route to his 18-win, 15 KO record.
Sosa's got to move, and he's got to land occasional punches to make Cotto lose his confidence. This is one thing he's had in all of his fights, confidence. Take it away from him by making him miss and hitting him.
It may be instructive that the first punch that Sosa landed was a body punch. He feels that Cotto holds his hands a little too high.
But if he goes to Cotto's body, he has to drop his hands to do it and runs the risk of allowing Cotto to catch him with something upstairs. Cotto has so far shown shocking power with the left hook. Catches Sosa with a little counter left hook there.
That's why moving is your best strategy now. Move and jab. Make this Cotto reach out for everything he gets. Don't let him land any short punches. Sosa is not doing a good job of that right now.
Cotto with a quick combination there. All 3 punches landed. The left hook both to the body and upstairs, his primary weapon. Sometimes he'll switch southpaw to set up the chance to throw more power punches with the left hand. Good jab by Cotto.
When you're in with a good, solid puncher like Cotto, you got to make certain that you don't try to become a good, solid puncher with him. Stay on the move. Make them reach out for everything they get.
Larry pointed out that Sosa's first landed punch was a body shot. Since then, he's focused most of his attack upstairs.
Because you got to drop your hand to get another body shot, and this guy counters good with those short shots.
Exactly.
Go push.
One of the things that makes Cotto such an effective counterpuncher is his balance. His feet are always seemingly in excellent position for him to get something on the punch, George.
That's right, because the fighters don't make him reach out. Make him stay a little bit out of his range. Jab him and get out of his range. Make him reach out and miss you.
Sosa stepping up the attack there. Most of the punches were blocked. Cotto coming back with one left hand.
Muy bien, volviendo con esa mano.
First time Sosa looked to see what damage he had done. Cotto looked, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, when you're that good, you got a tendency to admire your work. He's good. And as we go to the two fighters' corners, both of them primarily speak Spanish in the corners, and our interpreter is Ray Torres.
Okay, that's it.
Siempre primero.
Always first. Big, deep breaths. Very good.
Ponerle el balde.
Okay, put the bucket there.
All right.
Vamos, vamos, vamos. Concéntrate en lo tuyo.
Okay, concentrate on your thing. You're the one. You're doing well.
Casi malo tumba. Con el puro ya. Al pecho.
No pegues después de la...
Pícalo, men. Pícalo y te sales, men. Te inicié. No lo esperes a él, men.
Don't wait for him.
Cuando estés adentro, men.
When you're inside,
trabaja tus combinaciones.
okay, work your combinations.
Looks as though there's already a trickle of blood inside Victoriano Sosa's mouth. CompuBox numbers in round one. Cotto 20 out of 67, Sosa 6 out of 48. Cotto throwing 32 jabs in the round and landing 10. As you watch him jab, double jab, hook off the jab, you might keep in mind that just like Oscar De La Hoya and a variety of other fighters we've seen in the past few years, Cotto is a southpaw in every way other than how he stands to fight. Fights in a conventional stance, but rights with the left hand, brushes teeth with the left hand, and throws hard left hooks with the left hand as well.
Yeah, they get you in the gym sometime if you're a left-hander, and automatically the trainers just switch you around. But it works better for you because you can do so many things on the opposite side that other fighters can't.
Well, you're putting your strong side out front is basically
And you
what
can
you
even
do.
think another way. Most fighters can't. Sosa hasn't done a good job of moving his legs. He's taller. He hasn't used his reach.
Right hand over the top, cleanly landed by Cotto. Sosa has flurried on a few occasions and then receded from his activity as Cotto has countered with blasts of his own.
Now Sosa picks up the movement a little bit. Cotto's the only fight I've seen throughout the last few years who gets better every time he fights. Brings something to the... He's solid, that's what it is. Whatever he was doing last year, he's doing it, and he's solid with it. He's not missing. Position's better. And that's a hard thing to miss. It's not flashy.
He's so patient. He allows the effect of his work to accumulate gradually without worrying about it from moment to moment.
And that's been a trait of a lot of Puerto Rican boxers. They actually get better and better. They don't get tougher. They can't say that. They just get better at their trade.
Has to do with the quality of work in the gyms down there?
And good trainers, evidently.
Cotto's trainer is his father, Evangelista Cotto, but he has tremendous second man Miguel Diaz working in the corner as well. Hard right hand by Sosa. Backs Cotto up.
It was a good move, but yet again, you don't want to get into a punching match with a puncher.
And Cotto goes immediately to the body of Sosa, trying to punish him a little bit with a big shot that Sosa landed upstairs. Coming up Monday, Real Sports with Brian Gumbel. Among the stories, a look at the financial troubles surrounding the Milwaukee Brewers and the public outcry which has followed. March 13, live on HBO World Championship Boxing, Shane Mosley and Winky Wright will unify the 154-pound crowd. March 27, Boxing After Dark, Jermaine Taylor against Alex Bonima, and Dominic Quinn faces Monty Barrett. And starting April 2, it's On the Record with Bob Costas every Friday night, beginning at 11 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. Getting ready for round 3 of Miguel Cotto against Victoriano Sosa. Already, after 18 professional fights, the 23-year-old Cotto from Puerto Rico has moved up to the #1 spot in one world governing body's ranking list, closing in on a potential title shot at 140 pounds, where the kingpin of the division is Costa Tszyu, and Costa Tszyu may realistically only have a handful of fights left in his career, if that.
There's better news for Cotto, and that may be the return to the ring of Felix Trinidad, which I think could relieve some of the pressure on him in Puerto Rico to be rushed to a place where he doesn't have to be yet.
Larry, why do you say rushed? I mean, he hasn't faced a difficult obstacle in the ring so far, as he's logically moved from opponent to opponent.
I agree with you, but the pressure could grow from the fans there who want to see their next star, and he should be moved on this deliberate pace against better and better fighters, as he is tonight, before he takes on a significant guy in his division. It'll just prepare him not just to fight a top guy, but to beat a top guy.
I think if he gets past this guy, some good grades, it's not like there's anyone out there that can beat him. This guy's solid. This will be a challenge for him. That's a big if.
Do either of you think there's any chance that Costa Tszyu's people would ever risk their fighter against a rising young talent like Cotto?
Well, if they could make enough money, you know, and they would say, make one huge payday and go home.
Oh,
that left hook hurt Sosa.
Tremendous left hook. Up and under by Cotto, and Sosa badly hurt by the punch, as Larry said. Now you'll watch Cotto's finishing skills. A minute left to go in the round. And see the patience of the young fighter as he sets up, throws the jab, just keeps talking.
He's got his fella in trouble, and he hasn't gotten wild yet. That's going to be the test. Can you just go back to the basics and finish this guy without getting wild?
Body shot. Sosa not able to throw back yet. Now he begins to throw.
Cotto did not abandon the body, although he has his man hurt. Bobs and weaves and keeps his eye on that body. That's the sign of a great fighter.
I love the way when he has an opponent in trouble, he doesn't pressure them with his hands by rushing in and throwing a lot of punches. He pressures them with his feet by getting closer and closer and closer.
And in position to do what he's going to do. And that frightens you more as a fighter when you know the guy's in position to hurt you.
Almost landed the right-hand shot inside. Miguel Cotto with a dominant round against Victoriano Sosa. There's the left hook that really hurt Sosa in the middle of the round.
You know, earlier in the previous round, Sosa hit Cotto with a crisp left hook. But as you can see, when the bigger man lands, it has a more significant impact.
Let's go.
La prisa es de él, ¿ok?
Come on,
Con calma.
yeah, you got to be
Cortándome el
calm.
ring.
You
No
cut
te
the
vayas
ring
debajo de
and don't get crazy there.
Bótame el agua. Bótame.
Spit your water out.
¿Ok?
Contra cambiar con él, men.
Pega y te le vas, chicos. Y cuando le pegue, pégale duro con el hombro.
Hit him and move.
right, second down.
It may be that the toughest fight that Cotto has for the next year or so will be with the scale, because he is a welterweight in a junior welterweight's body. They're keeping his weight down so that he can be extra strong in this division.
Harold, how do you have it?
Okay, Jim, 30-27, 3 rounds to nothing, Miguel Cotto. Jim, I don't know, I may have made a mistake in that third round because of the fact that that's very close to a 10-8 round for Miguel Cotto. I mean, he won it decisively, and you certainly could have gone 10-8. One quick thing, we checked with the Nevada Athletic Commission and the WBC, only the official weigh-in counts. In other words, there's no penalty for gaining 13 pounds.
Now, Cotto is having to reach out for his punches. That's something Sosa has worked out. Should have done earlier. Make him get off that excellent balance he's got.
What kind of adjustment could Sosa make at this point, George?
It's never too late to get on put your boxing shoes on, stay out of range. You jab. When you're not jabbing, stay out of it. If you're not punching him, don't let him touch you.
Sosa decided to try the opposite, go in and attack and pressure Cotto, and that's what he got in return via counter punches.
Don't punch with punches. Don't even try it. Don't go there.
Well, he went to the body effectively, and the problem was he stayed in there a beat too long, and he caught something in return.
He caught that left hand on the uppercut again. Look at the bravery of Sosa trying to fire his way out of this thing. Dangerous as he just throws and throws. Cotto picking his spots, though.
Cotto is determined to stay in the body. That's wonderful. Once you hurt a guy and go right back to the body, make certain he can't hurt you if you go next round to finish him out.
He just rocked Sosa with a left hook to the body that moved Sosa about 1.5 feet over.
That Sosa is determined to mix it up.
Is he brave or what?
He is brave.
You see the strength and power of Miguel Cotto. Paul Spadafora and Floyd Mayweather didn't really hurt Victoriano Sosa. This is something entirely different.
Okay.
Sosa can't believe this.
Now he's stunned. No 3 knockdown rule in effect. But it's hard to imagine Kenny Bayless allowing Sosa out of it.
The body did it. It was body punching that made him faint.
George, what a performance.
This guy is the #1 contender in the world right now. Doesn't matter who it is. If I was a betting man, I'd put my money on Cotto.
Miguel Cotto has tremendous skills, great presence,
patience,
enormous control of himself in the ring. And, you know, we said it at the beginning. Larry mentioned it. I said it. That guy's 23 years old. How many times do you see maturity like that?
I thought they were just setting him up. You know, Bob Arum, feed him. The guy's good.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's good.
Do we need an interview?
So Miguel Cotto shows emotion for the first time as he says, woo, celebrating his devastating 4th round knockout victory over Victoriano Sosa. He knocked Sosa down 3 times in the 4th round. After the 3rd knockdown, Kenny Bayless stepped in and said, that's enough. You can't say enough about the bravery and stick-to-itiveness of Victoriano Sosa, who kept trying to go in and go at Cotto, following, obviously, a plan to try to get to Cotto's body and demonstrate his vulnerabilities. But it was, at the end of the day, the wrong plan, because every time Sosa tried to step up his aggression, he got met with the whirlwind in return.
Yeah, it's the old saying, don't play around punching with punchers. You mix it up with them, they may land 1 to your 5, but you're going to get the worst of it.
George, we've been sitting together a dozen years, and I promise you, 20 years from now, I'll still hear you saying, don't punch with a puncher, don't follow a puncher around.
Don't. All of the worst thing that could happen, and this was body punches that just made him fall. It was earlier the body punches, just on top a little, just a little. And what an excellent display of body punching.
Well, and you know, I mean, we could talk all night about all of the many qualities Cotto displays, but I go back to the balance. He's
That's
always under control.
Spare balance. They should name him, his middle name should be Balance. He's never off balance when he's throwing those shots. Gets back.
So he gets the most possible out of every punch. And there's the knockout victory. Once again, you know, not to belabor the point, and obviously styles play into this. Spadafore and Mayweather are different kinds of fighters. But he knocks out in 4 rounds a guy who went the distance against 2 other world champions, Spadafore and Mayweather, and was considerably more of a test, it appeared, for both of them.
And you know, Sosa just didn't believe the power this guy had. He said, I'm going to punch it out. I'm not going to let him intimidate me. That's wrong. Allow him to intimidate.
The bottom line is believe it. Let's go to Michael Buffer with the official particulars on the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Kenny Bayless steps in and calls a halt to this bout. The end comes by technical knockout, and the official time, 2 minutes, 51 seconds of round number 4. The winner, still undefeated, still the WBC International Super Lightweight Champion, Miguel